Good day, ma'am. So this is my reflection for Chapter 2, Lesson 4. The name Tagbanwa derives from Tiga Banwa, meaning people of the village. The Tagbanwa tribes in one of the oldest tribes in the Philippines and has a wealthy of cultural history. They are largely found in central and northern Palawan, one of the southern island of our country. The Tagbanwa are considered as one of the oldest ethnic groups in the Philippines. Researchers found that the Tagbanwa people may be descendants of the Tabunman, remains found in the Philippines dating from more than 6,500 years ago, meaning they may be one of the original inhabitants of the Philippines. Tagbanwa tribe has the right to manage their land and resources as they please, which is important in maintaining their traditions that have sustained their people for centuries. While the majority of the Philippines follows Catholicism, the Tagbanwa maintain their own spiritual religion and devotion to their deities through ritual dance and music. Since they maintain sovereignty over their own lands, many spiritual landmarks in Coron Island are protected from tourists. Only two lakes, Kayangan Lake and Barracuda Lake, are open to the public. Mangyan, on the other hand, is the generic name for the 8 indigenous groups found on the island of Mindoro, southwest of the island of Luzon, the Philippines, each with its own tribal name, language, and costumes. Mangyan refers to the Philippine ethnic group mostly living in Mindoro Island but more or less can be found in the island of Tablas and Sibuyan in the province of Romblon as well as in Albay. Negros and Palawan. The word Mangyan generally means man, woman, or person without any reference to any nationality. One of the ways to classify them is through their geographical location. The Mangyans are well-known clans in the Philippines because they have the biggest populace. Mangyans have 8 tribes that may look the same but have different culture and traditions. They have a peace reputation unlike and hand-hunting tribes of the north and warrior tribes from the south. While some has already converted into Christianity, there is still a large percentage of those who practice animistic religious beliefs. Lastly, Bajau or Bajau means man of the seas. This tribal group is known as the Sea Gypsies because they move with the wind and the tide on their small houseboats called vintas. They can be found in many coastal settlements and inhabit the water and shores of the Sulu archipelago originally from the island of Sulu in Mindanao, scattered along the coastal areas of Tawi-Tawi, Sulu, Basilan, and some coastal municipalities of Zamboanga del Sul in the ARMM. They are known as Sama Laus, Sea Sama, who found living in houseboat. They make their livelihood solely on the sea as aspect fishermen. Deep sea divers and navigators, they try to make ends maybe depending on the sea as divers, fishermen, and navigators. Because of conflict in the region, the majority of them has migrated to neighboring countries such as Malaysia and Indonesia, whereas those who stayed in the Philippines moved to some areas in Luzon. The exact of scientific origin of the Bajau are uncertain. According to a legend, they came from the shores of Johor, Indonesia, where they had already been living in clusters of houseboats. There are other theories that claim the Bajaus were originally from the land-based Sama group but branched off into boat dwellers as a result of their occupation. Another theory claims the Bajau were originally boat dwellers that eventually built stilt houses near fertile fishing grounds. But unfortunately, some Bajaus are now in cities and most of them are suffered from discrimination or even worse.